With Elyon releasing on October 20th, I thought you guys might like to see some of the classes and what character creation looks like. So if you're wondering, Elyon is an open world action combat MMORPG. It's set in the continent of Hearth, where the two sovereign realms, Vulpin and Antari, are at war for control of a portal that leads to paradise. So when you get the game to begin with, you get to choose which side you want to join. Unfortunately, you can't go back. So once you choose, you've chosen. And as you can see in the background, playing is actually the classes you get to choose from. Anywhere from your Slayer, your Warlord, your Elementalist, your Mystic, your Assassin, and of course, your Gunner. So I wanted to showcase these and a few of the races to kind of give you the idea of what you might be getting in. I also wanted to call out, this game looks pretty daggone clean as far as graphics go. I played the game in its closed beta and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a little bit of fun. There's some cute little characters, as you can see. There's some humans and there's some really creepy looking orcs. Not creepy, no offense you orc guys out there. Y'all are really cool. No offense. I don't want to get busted up by one of those guys for sure. But anyway. So I went ahead and I chose my elf as the race and the class of Warlord. Now, I remember playing the closed beta. And in the closed beta, there was a lot to do with your character. You got to customize your character in so many ways. Part of the reason why I enjoyed this so much. It's not very often you get a super in-depth character customization tool like this. I mean, the amount of colors, hairstyles that you could choose from, the way you're actually able to choose what the underneath of your hair looks like so it can impact the overall color. This gives you the ability to really customize your character in the way that you want and in the style that you want, so that it's less likely that you're running around with a lot of the same old bobs out there, right? So once I finally figured out that I wanted white hair, I was able to turn around and start looking at my mustache and beard makeup. Now, this part didn't really give me as much as I wanted. I typically like to put a long beard on my bad boy because I'm not actually able to grow a long beard. So I had to kind of meet in the middle and find a style that was right for me. Now, I've dabbled around with some of the colors and styles and noticed that there wasn't a lot you could do with facial hair as far as how it looked. You could either be bald face or you could have a mustache and a chin strap or no mustache at all, right? Like, you know, I went with a soul patch, okay? And I know my character's looking a little unmasculine right now. Anyway. Next, we were able to jump in on some of the facial structure things, you know, as far as cheekbones, lips, ears, and you know, maybe I wanted a really strong chin. Or maybe I wanted a long chin. You know, you got to play around with a lot of that. And again, this just goes to show that there's a lot of customization within this game as far as it goes with your character. You can click and drag, which I've seen this a few times before. I absolutely love the feature of click and drag to kind of dial in exactly what you want. You can sit there and move your mouse in order to get that look you're aiming for, right? I want to make my guy look really angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a bad day and I'm about to bust you up. Anyway, one thing that caught me off guard is when you're choosing your character's skin color or skin tone, there is something that impacts it a lot. Something that I didn't realize was actually impacting the color of my character. Below the main skin color, there is a skin tone. That skin tone can alter the skin color you choose. If you're not careful, you're going to look really red or you're going to look really, weird at the end of it. So make sure you adjust that in conjunction with your skin color, because that tone kind of overpowers the color. All that said, I started to peel around. I couldn't tell the luster. This worked very well in the beta, but I really couldn't see it on the skin tone that I chose this time for my characters. Now, there were quite a few things to choose from when it comes to the way your eyes look, but honestly, I really already liked what my character's eyes were looking like. The only things I kind of looked through were the eyebrows, and I didn't really see a lot of impact in the eyebrows, so I wasn't sure if at the end of it I was changing anything. But you still yet do have the ability to choose your iris color, your iris size, and a lot of features like that for sure. Um, you can change the color of your eyebrow and things like that, but I just wanted to go basic with it. What I want my character to look like, I went with. Now, the mouth. So, if you wanted to give your character a few different styles of lip, you could. On top of that, you're actually able to go right underneath and kind of play around with the shade of lipstick that your character wore. I was surprised at how prominent the lipstick was, as you could see. So I turned it all the way up, turned it all down, kind of see what you get out of that. And I just decided no lipstick, please. On to the next. Now, again, we had the click and drag ability for your character's overall build. This part's kind of cool and kind of fun. It's a little loose. So if you move that mouse a little more than what you want to or should, you're going to see some really funny things. It took me a little bit of time to dial that in. Still yet, you take the time, you want to take the time on it, and you can really map your character out and have your character built the way that you want at the end of the day. I love these features. I love the click and drag because it just allows you to really customize your character. Now, this was one of the coolest things, playing around with the styles of tattoos on your character. You could have no tattoos. There were a lot to choose from, and by a lot, I'd say there were probably about 16 different ones, including the one that has no tattoos at all. The only thing that caught me off guard was that I didn't see an option to change any of the colors of the tattoos. So once you landed with one, the color of it was done. Now, you did have the ability to play with the transparency, so making it lighter or darker was most definitely an option. You just couldn't choose, maybe you wanted purple tattoos instead of black tattoos, or you wanted green instead of white. You don't have that choice in this, so I was kind of surprised that they kind of let that go. Because typically you get to play around with the coloring of your tattoos. But here, very cookie cutter. You chose the color, you chose how prominent in transparency it was, and you're basically done. The last little piece, something that I've seen in quite a few games again, is being able to, play around with your character's voice. Do you want that hearty voice or that kind of a higher pitched voice? You have the ability to look at all that. There's about six or seven different options that you can play with on that part. So all in all, the character creation can be very in-depth, and it's something that you can take as much time as you possibly want in order to get the name that you're really looking for. But as far as everything goes, guys, I am excited to see this game release on the 20th. I know that there is early access on October 17th of 2021, so there you go. You get the game, you get a few character slots, so hey, dig in and enjoy. So Elyon's character customization is pretty in-depth. You get to choose from an array of things. You've got your gender, you've got your races, you've got your styles, your hair, your lipsticks, your cheekbone, your chin. There's a lot of different things that you can kind of delve into to make that character really your character by the end of it. Like I say, I'm still surprised that there were some features in there that weren't really prominent. The beard selection was very, very lacking, in my opinion. There was actually no beard. It was just like stubble or nothing. Now, from race to race, that may change, but as far as I've seen so far, no, you don't got those options, okay? However, the lipstick was pretty cool, so if you wanted to really dazzle your character up with different type of lip tones, you could really play with that. Another thing that caught me off guard was the inability to change the color of the tattoos that you chose. I would have expected them to give you something around that to change some of the colors and styles to really customize that portion as well. They've already given you quite a lot to customize, but it kind of would have been cool to give you just a little bit more. Now, again, the skin tone and the skin tone, like, I don't know, it's like an underlying skin tone layer that they put on there that allows you to kind of change a lot of those features for your character as well. I would have liked for that to have like a default no enhancement at all, and then you're allowed to kind of go through and click what you would like. But by default, it gives you this really overpowering undertone. If you wanted to make your character really, really like a light complexion or a light skin, you're not going to see that on the one that they have automatically set. So make sure that you change that one. Otherwise, guys, I feel like they did a great job with the character customization side. You've got so many things to choose from, and you could spend quite a bit of time dialing in your character to make them look as good as you want them to. But that's really all I have about the character customization, guys, for Elyon. I look forward to playing Elyon on its release, which is October 20th of 2021, and I do believe there will be some early access going on October 17th. Check out their Twitch channel because they're supposed to be live streaming starting tomorrow, October 17th, 2021. It all depends on when you're watching this video, right? On to the release of the game. So really excited, can't wait to play it, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you. We'll see you next time.